Hi, my name is Leon de Wild, and in this video I will show you how to set up goals within Umbraco Engage. And goals are basically your compass for increasing conversion, tracking, personalization, etc. So you want to make sure that you have set them up in a proper way. So let's go to Engage settings, and over here we have an overview of all the goals that we have set up, as you can see. And this is where we can create a new goal. And this is also where we can say, I want to keep track of people that have landed on our free package request page. We can give it a value, so it will also track, we can assign value to it, but for now let's leave it to 0. You can say it's a macro goal or a micro goal. In this case it's a micro goal, meaning that it is nice to track this goal, but it's not that important. If it's a goal that really brings in money, brings in new customers, we can set it to a macro goal, but for now this is a nice to know, so let's set it as a micro goal. We want our goal to increase. Of course we want more people to land on that specific page, and we can say our goal is being triggered by an Umbraco form submission or a page view, an event, or even some custom coding, but our goal is all about reaching a specific page, so that is a page view, and we can easily pick the page over here. So we can say it's this page, so if people land on this page, then this goal is being triggered. We can apply some implicit scoring, so we can say if people land on this goal, then I also want to say that they are in the C phase, and I want to assign some points for them being in the think phase. So we can save this, and right now we have a goal set up. Let's also create a macro goal, and so people that actually requested the free sample package. Again, we can assign a value to it, but let's leave it like it is. This is actually a macro goal. Of course, this brings in new leads. This could bring in some new commerce. So let's tick the box macro goal. We can say that we want to increase this goal, of course. And in this case, the goal is being triggered by an Umbraco form submission. So we can easily pick the form like this. Is this form? Again, apply some implicit scoring if we want to, but let's leave it like it is. And we can say save goal. So as you now can see, we have created those new goals. And again, goals are your compass for doing things with content, CRO, etc. And once we have created our goals, we can also keep track of them within analytics. So over here we have the analytics, and this is where you can also see goals. And as you can see, these goals were already tracked. Of course, we have just set up those new goals. So if I come back tomorrow, you will also see that those goals are also being triggered. If we go to reporting, we already had a look in a different vlog on our segments. So if we set up segments, do we actually have some segment potential? If we start with personalization, we can also have a look at are we able to target those visitors? So do they see personalized content? Again, the more blue, the better you are doing your job. But in the end, you would also want to see, and I've set up an example over here, of do we actually see goal improvement? So if we are applying personalization, we have set up our segments, we created content, do we actually see higher conversions, yes or no? And that's why we also need our goals. So as you can see, for this segment, 2 goals are being tracked. We can see people fall into the control group. In this case, 20% will be assigned to the control group, and 80% will actually fall into the personalized group. We can see the conversions of that goal over here. We can also see the difference, and this is where the magic happens, because we want to see green figures over here. If we are seeing green figures, that means that the personalized group is outperforming the control group, so conversions are increasing and personalization is actually contributing to higher conversions. And that is, of course, the actual goal of personalization.